Oh, guys, there's a lot of excitement behind ICP, but this one feels different. ICP has just hit $8, up 4.6% today. Yes, the rest of the market is coming up, but ICP is kind of going ahead of everyone else. It is actually doing really well when we start comparing it to other tokens. So we got to really take a step back and we got to see what's going on. There's some big stuff. And look at this, all positive. You see a lot of other tokens, even their 30 days are still red. Still down a lot of tokens, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. So what is going on that's powering ICP? Okay, this is what's going on right here. This is their CEO, Dom. He said in predictable strong growth a few days ago, compute on internet computer had grown 400% over the past 12 months, which is huge, by the way. And I had been seeing that, right? But check this out. This is when I was saying adoption is key in all my other videos. Adoption. Look what happened. Then Bob.fun launched a crypto doing proof of work on ICP, and compute grew 20x in days. So keep that in mind, 20x in days. Classify this as growth or a stress test. Well, I'd say a little bit of both. Okay, the network has been doing spectacularly well. And let me show you guys what Bob.fun is. In fact, I went on to Bob.fun today and I made some miners because I wanted to see what all this is about. And I have to say it's pretty damn cool. So Bob.fun has basically made it easy to whip up a canister and to do proof of work on a blockchain. So the implications of what Bob.fun has done, which is basically a meme coin, is absolutely insane. The implications are monstrous for ICP. And I've been saying adoption is what's going to take ICP from $8 to $50 to $100 and more. Okay. So this is what you guys have to take into mind. Look at this. Look at this beautiful stuff I'm about to show you. I haven't seen stuff like this in a long time, okay? And I had brought this up. I'm like, you know what? There's some stuff going on that it's becoming kind of, there's more activity going on. I don't know what's going on, but I knew there was something going on. And I know some other projects are about to launch on ICP also that could be breakthroughs, okay? So this is what I started to notice. D-app smart contracts. You know, when you bring it, 30 days looks impressive. 7 days looks impressive. Look at the 3 months. It's going. You can see this is the tail. It's erupting. Now, this is another thing. When you look at canister burn rate, look at this. This is insane. When you start to bring it on the 30-day, now you get to see. And look at that, 7 day, it just explodes. Okay. What does all of this do to ICP? Well, it increases the burn rate because everything you put into the canisters, which is like your servers, that you go fund them. And I'm going to show you guys how to use Bob.fun because nobody else is doing it correctly online, which blows my mind. Why don't you people show people how Bob.fun works? Okay, I will show you guys in a minute. Now, check this out. ICP burned. It is going parabolic. I haven't seen this much burned in a long time. It burned 11,000 or 10,000. Yeah, 11,000, almost more tokens in one day. You're like, well, how did that happen? I'm going to show you. Look at that. That is parabolic. You had some other parabolic moments here, but these to me weren't authentic. They were people testing a network or new D-apps coming on. This has a chance of keep going and going and going and going and going. And why is this important? Well, if you're burning 1,000 ICP in a day, that's only 365,000 ICPs burned in a year, which is not meeting the inflation levels. Okay. But right now we're at 10,000 and this is just the beginning. 10,000 is 3.6 million in a year. But I got a feeling other projects are going to come, and this could be the viral moment, like Solana meme coins, where the viral moment took Solana from $8 to $150, right? This could happen on ICP. This is the moment. People are going to say, oh my God, we can build proof of work on ICP. We can do all this stuff on ICP. A lot of people don't know. This is the first test of this network in a major way, and we are here sitting at the precipice of it. This is why this is so damn big. This is so big. The burn cycle, 10,000 days, only 3.2 million. Not enough. What if we get to 50,000 a day, which we could get to? Well, now you're talking about 18 million burn tokens in a year. 18 million. And then what happens if we go to 100,000? That's 36 million. Now you get to see how fast this thing gets to unwind. And today is a day where tomorrow is a day. September 11th is when the unlocks start to happen, right? So the unlock is going to happen. Usually before a day that we unlock about 2 million tokens from these investors, guess what happens? Usually the price dips. Not today. Not today. Not today. Oh no. Internet computer has been strong as hell all day today because people are buying it to get into Bob.fun. Not only people are buying it, something else that you guys don't understand that's going on. People that are in these strategic rounds that were in the private sale and the seed sale, they got it anywhere between 3 cents and like $3 or $4, I believe, somewhere in that range. Well, they don't want to sell. A lot of these guys, they love the project, they stake and stuff like that. Well, what they do is they end up putting their money also into Bob.fun, into these miners, basically burning their tokens. And they've been supporting a lot of these projects that you're seeing on the SNS and all these things. You're seeing all these projects, they're being backed by these guys because they can't sell 1 million of their tokens. There's 2 million that get unlocked every month, 2.3 million. Now there's something else to remember. There's only 9 more months of these unlocks left. There's not a lot more left after tomorrow. It's barely, I mean, there's barely much left. It's pretty much done. June 11th, 2025, which is 9 months away. All the unlocks are done. So imagine the scenario where you are done with these unlocks and there's a potential by 9 months from now, this thing is burning 50, maybe 100,000 tokens a day. That could be the potential in 9 months. Adoption, I keep saying, what if a big enterprise company comes to ICP and says, you know what, we're going to start putting all of our servers and all of our money behind your network because we want to be decentralized. You never know. What if they start working with MicroStrategies, who's building all these networks out, and they can be completely decentralized and put their Bitcoin network on that? You don't know. You can see the potential in these numbers. It is absolutely insane. This burn rate is organic. This is what I love. This is organic burn. This is real burn. This is from a real project, okay? Other projects are going to find ICP, and let me tell you something. They're going to roll into this thing so quick. And look, we've already burned, day's not even done, we've already burned another 6,000 ICP. This is getting absolutely crazy here, okay? This is exciting times for the ICP community and all those people. Now, we're going to talk about Bob.fun, then we're going to look at the price and price predictions of ICP because I think that is important. Looking at the price prediction of ICP, this changes everything. Everything changes, okay? But let's look at Bob.fun real quick. So this is what Bob.fun is. It's, yeah, you go to it, it's a little bit complicated. These are miners I've set up. I'm going to set up a miner so you guys can see. Instructions, you don't have to read all this, but you can, but you know, it's fine. But it's basically very simple. Down here, get started. Go to Bob.fun, add ICP to your treasury, create a new miner, you're done. Welcome. It's really that simple, but the instructions would have been a little bit nicer to do. So what you do is you connect to your internet identity. You need an internet identity on the central nervous system, or nervous, whatever they call it, SNS or NNS. You got to make one. You connect to it, which I believe it says connected. I'm connected. Okay. Then what you got to do, you see here, it says 6 ICP. This is your address. Okay. This is your ICP address. You want to open up your wallet, whether you're using a Bitfinity wallet or a Plug wallet, or if you're sending it from the central nervous system, wherever you hold your ICP, or from an exchange, wherever, you just send it here. Do one so you can make sure it works. The beauty of ICP is it's super fast. So literally when you send one, it'll be here within a second or two. It literally takes less than that. In fact, one of my transactions, it showed up even like as I click send, it like literally showed up. So it shows up very quickly. You don't have to do anything. And then now you have your ICP. Okay. So what are you going to do with your ICP? You're going to go mining. You click on miners. I had like a bunch of miners. There you go. It takes a minute to load. I think the server's pretty busy. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have seven of these. So 7 times what? $8. It's not much. $56. So I'm adding more. So all you got to do is click here. It's that simple. New miner. I think it says successfully bought new miner down here. Okay. That's it. It's done. I don't have to do anything. Successfully added the new miner. You can go back to the treasury. You can see my balance was 6.0 whatever. Now it went down. Now, if you're going to just buy one miner, you need to bring the fee in. So don't just bring in one ICP. Bring in 1.001 ICP because you're going to need that for the fees. Okay? Keep that in mind. So you bring in a little bit over 1. That's why I have the 0. whatever. Okay? And then you can go back here and then you'll see the miners load. There you go. And then I successfully added a new miner, and then you can just keep adding miners. And then check this out, leaderboard miners. Look at these guys. This guy has 147 miners. This guy has 237. This guy has 400 miners. People are adding in a lot of miners, and you're like, well, what's the big deal with all that? Well, that's what's creating the burn, okay? So as you add more miners, all the fees from ICP get burned. So the money that's going into the canisters, okay, this is to fund the canisters, gets burned. You guys getting it? So all the ICP that's going into Bob.fun is being burned when you make a miner, and that's why the burn rate and the burn cycle is so high. And you're like, well, it's a one-time thing. No. This will go down. You see, these I started about less than an hour ago. You see where it says cycle balance? The cycle balance is going down. It's actually going down pretty fast. So basically, if I'm earning Bob token that's worth more than what I'm paying in ICP, which is what's probably going to happen, at least for a while, guess what? I'm going to top this up. So I'm going to keep clicking top up, meaning I got to add more to the canister. It's like your server. It's like an AWS where you have a server and you got to pay a monthly bill. This is your monthly bill. So this guy that has 400 ICP, he's got to keep paying 400 ICP. For how long? I don't know. I don't know how long this is going to last, how long these miners, these cycle burn rates are going to last. But what he's hoping to do is get paid more in Bob.fun, which who knows, Bob might be worth, you put in one ICP, which is $8, you might get $20, $30 worth, especially early on. You got way more. That's what was happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum when they were starting. You're getting way more, especially this is a new project. You're going to get a lot of people coming into it, and you know, God knows where they get listed, exchanges, the whole, I mean, they have a huge community already behind them. They basically, what Bob.fun has done is pretty revolutionary. It's using another blockchain to power itself and taking that blockchain's entire community and throwing that weight behind itself. It's genius. It's absolutely genius. Whoever did Bob.fun, you're a genius. You basically took something, because the guy from Bob.fun could have just gone and, you know, spun up his own servers and proof of work and everything. And, you know, you go and set it up, but he did it on the ICP community. So the ICP community is now backing him up. Are you guys seeing how powerful this is? 10, 11,000 tokens burned a day. This could be the start of other projects, not like this, but also different ones of putting their projects on top of ICP. And all of a sudden you're burning 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 100,000 ICP a day. It can happen. And it looks like it might happen. And it's very exciting. You know, I'm so excited. I'm going to keep making miners all day long. Okay. I don't know. I just wish there was a way to spin up like 50 miners at one shot, because that's what I want to do. But I'm going to be spinning up miners because I think this is absolutely amazing. I think this is great. Now let's talk about what this does long term to the price of our glorious ICP token, which is far ahead of everybody. Look at this, keeps going higher, you know. And usually the day before the unlocks, we go lower because people sell because they know the unlocks are coming, but not today. Not today. No. Why? This is organic demand. This is organic demand. Okay, but let's look at the chart. You know, because we've been here, we went up all the way to 9 and we came back, but this is actually organic growth, which is what I love. This is happening because it's being used. It's being used. Now, I looked at a lot of the other cryptocurrencies last night, actually. So outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum is actually down 40% from its top also. Okay. And I looked at like Avalanche, which is down about 60%, by the way. All right. This is what changed on ICP. I'm going to give you the rundown. ICP is also down, very similar to everybody else. Actually, a couple of these held up a little bit better, a couple of them didn't. But most of the top, I mean, I think Polkadot was even worse. I think Polkadot fell. Jesus, if we look at the, and I'm using this as the local top. So like you can do, you know, 425 divided by 1125, let's say. So Polkadot fell 62%. It's pretty high. You can see that number. Okay. Ethereum fell like 40%. Let's use Avalanche also, and then we can kind of surmise where we're going to go. So everything's kind of been moving, and the charts are also very similar. If you look, ICP's showing a little bit more strength lately, so that's good, but you're going to kind of do the same thing here. Let's use 24. Okay. 60%, also 60% down. Now, a lot of them did 60%, some did 55, some did 70, some I even saw 80 and 90% fall off. Okay, so let's go to internet computer. Okay, if we take the local high, which was right here, where is this? We'll put it at 19, and then we'll divide that. All right, so you gotta have a calculator, guys. Gotta have a calculator. We're down 57%. In line. Everything is like 60 to 65%. This is down 57% from this local top here. Okay. All right. This is very important. These charts all basically for the alts are looking the same. They're not looking that different. However, ICP has been holding on to the 7 line really, really well. Much better than some of the other stuff that I looked at. It doesn't seem to want to go down. So this is where you got to think about risk reward. If it's holding the 7 line, unless something stupendous happens like COVID, everything crashes. But it looks like as long as we're in this money supply is increasing, everything is increasing in this environment where the Fed rates are going to go down, ICP has, in my opinion, the best risk to reward ratio. Understand this. It doesn't mean it's going to be the biggest flyer. It doesn't mean anything of that nature. Risk to reward. If you have $100,000, are you going to put it in AVAX? You're going to put it in ICP. I'm not going to put it in AVAX. I'm going to put it in ICP because the risk reward, I'm looking at that 7 line is looking real good. You know, Chainlink was one of the ones that hasn't gone down that much, but I don't think it's going to go up as much either, you know, and then Chainlink fell about 50%. So it held a little bit better, but I don't think it's going to upside as much. You see what I'm doing? So yes, you could go buy $100,000 worth of Chainlink. What's your downside? Maybe $8. What's your upside? 20, 30, maybe in that realm. But what am I looking at on ICP? This is where analysis becomes very critical. Looking at the network, looking at everything going on, looking at the unlocks, looking at all the data points, looking at everything is very important. And I've looked at everything. And I'm seeing relative strength. Does it mean it's going to hold a relative strength? No, this is crypto. Go buy baseball cards if this gyration is too much for you. Go buy the S&P. Okay, this is just what it is. It's an open market. It's open 24 hours a day. It is volatile. Get used to it. You don't get rewards if you don't take risks. That's just the way it is. This chart is looking prettier than other ones out here. Okay. What's your downside on ICP? 7, maybe 656. What's your upside? Well, I think with what I'm seeing with Bob.fun, what I'm seeing here with this burn rate. All right. What I'm seeing here. Okay. This could be the start of something big. It's not going to happen overnight. Don't expect this stuff to happen overnight. The problem with crypto is this. You people expect things to happen overnight. They don't happen overnight. They take time. And Bob.fun is going to take time. And if it does blow up and other projects come and they figure all this out and they come behind ICP and they start building behind it. And I know some other major projects are about to launch on ICP. Okay. I know a couple of other ones are about to launch and they're going to be freaking huge and they're going to power ICP. Okay. This $20 mark, $19-20 mark we hit. That's nothing, guys. This is going to be nothing. Okay. $40, $50, $60 is what I'm looking at. So the higher the reward, okay, the reward is a lot higher than, for example, buying Chainlink. You have a much higher ceiling here. Chainlink, yes, it might get to $30 or $40 mark or something like that. It could, yes, absolutely. But also Chainlink has a lot of inflation, higher inflation than internet computers. So they're going to be dumping here. And internet computer inflation is about to basically, as you can see in 9 months, it's pretty much done. And then after that, depending on what happens with Bob.fun and all these, it goes, woo, it can go down even. So the whole situation here is going to look a lot prettier than Chainlink long term. In fact, short term, it already looks prettier. Because Chainlink's inflation is still ridiculous. Same thing with DOT. And inflation does make a difference. You know, with Polkadot being one of the largest tokens out there, it has not performed this year. And a lot of people ask me about Polkadot. And for the last 2 years, I've been saying, no, I'm never going to touch it. And the reason I don't touch it is because it has infinite number of tokens with no burn mechanism and has 10% inflation a year. It's absolutely insane. I guess if you just stake it for the 10% you get every year, you just put it in there. I guess that's one way of doing it, but I just don't think this is going to perform. I don't see it going back to all highs because you have way more tokens in the system. And it's the same thing with a lot of other projects too that people don't know about. XRP hasn't really moved this year. You know, if you've invested in tokens that have moved this year have done a 2x and 3x. I have many that have done more, and most of mine have done more or that. You've done well. You've analyzed the situation correctly. XRP is the same thing. XRP hasn't really moved this year, and nor will it, because again, they have 10% more tokens coming into the ecosystem every year. It's insane. Understand how these mechanisms work before you go, oh man, ICP keeps running, you know? Bob.fun, like what took one project. That's how crazy crypto is. One project has lit a fuse underneath ICP. And that's kind of what it is sometimes. It was the meme coins for Solana. I'm hoping for a Solana moment on ICP. My prediction is this: more projects come in, we will be the next Solana. ICP will in fact be bigger than Solana and will run faster than Solana because it's better technology than Solana. Solana will be a wasteland. You don't need Solana actually if you have ICP. It does everything and more. You know, and that's the thing. If somebody like Bob.fun has made it so simple, to spin up canisters, who's the next guy that makes it simple to set up websites? Who's the next project that makes it simple to set up other types of projects on ICP's infrastructure? And I'm gonna just be making miners all day long. Literally, I got nothing to do. I'm gonna be making more miners. Okay, burning more ICP. What happens at that moment? Okay, that's the question you guys have to ask. When someone comes along and now that the views are there and everyone's looking at ICP and going to themselves, holy cow, I see it now. I see the vision. What happens here? What happens here? That really becomes the question. And you can see in the last hour, ICP is up 2.1%, and it's higher than everything else above it and below it. That's incredible. That's incredible. There's something going on here. There's something big going on. In fact, I think there was only one token that in the last hour has even competed with ICP. There's just more going on here. Look at this. Yep. Only Aave, which, you know, whatever. Aave is whatever. But Internet Computer 2.1 is the highest one. That is incredible. Do not be surprised, guys. Do not be surprised. Keep an eye on what's going on. I'm going to be doing a video in the next couple of days of another really big project on ICP. Going to hopefully get onto the NNS on the launch pad. I think it's going to be explosive. You guys are going to want to see it. This is the thing. More of these projects are coming on ICP, more power and explosive power we're going to have. Okay. And dude, this thing is still running. This is insane. This is all organic. This is what I love about it. This is all organic. This is not what you're seeing a lot of these companies just doing marketing. ICP is not even doing any marketing. This is organically happening. This is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. This is what we were waiting for. This is the beginning. Please have patience. Don't sell your tokens cheap, guys. The potential risk reward here, if you got into these prices, your downside is limited. Your upside, it's pretty high. It's pretty high. Anyway, guys, best of luck.